Welcome, friends, to the Gaijin Animation Appreciation Hour with your hosts, Sig Bisley and Colt Mauser. Before we get started, please be sure to like this video and subscribe for more content just like this. Now, let the animation appreciation commence.
Guess what? It's episode 50. We've successfully wasted 50 hours of your lives. You could have been jacking it.
At the same time,
Nah, my voice isn't that sexy.
says you.
Man, maybe,
You don't know what the internet finds sexy. Matter of fact, no, wait, you do know what the internet finds sexy, and you should be fucking disturbed.
maybe I'm in the wrong field. Anyway.
Bring phone sex back.
1-900. Oh, man, nobody gets that joke. It's like, that's
Why are you?
That's up there with Penthouse Forum for, like, you know, archaic garbage that only people who grow up in the 80s know about. Anyway.
Beaver hunt? What?
True. Anyway, for real this time. Stuff I watched this week. Episodes.
Beavis and Butthead.
Beavis and Butthead. Outstanding. What was the other one?
Primal. Sir.
Primal, yes. Also outstanding.
Get your head out of the gutter.
And Mazinger Z Infinity. Which, if you ignore the like brutal lack of Grendizer, is a great cap to the entire Mazinger Z saga.
Yeah, it's good.
Uncle Go doesn't
talk
give
about
a
it.
shit about continuity, so none of it really matters, but it's a good flick.
Yeah,
But
man.
before we get to any of that, as usual, the news.
All right. News. We got lots of news. So, first bit of news, a little sad. So I said before, I'm not really going to go over all the deaths in the, the anime world just because.
Because we're not here to bum you the
Not
fuck
here to bum you
out.
out. But this one I got to bring up because, man, it's a big one. Although, man lived a good life. Kiyoshi Kobayashi, otherwise known as the 52-year voice actor of Jigen. No, he was 52, but he did the voice for 52 years.
He like just retired, too.
The original Jigen. If you watch episode 0 of part 6, he does the voice. And then he hands off to Akio Otsuka, who takes over for him. And Akio Otsuka is not that young either, by the way. He's like,
Yeah.
he's almost 70.
I don't think a young guy can really do that voice.
No, that voice is
honestly.
very, very much an old man's voice. But, yeah, man, he was 89, you know.
He had a good run.
He had a
Man's
good
legend.
run. He did Crystal Boy in
Crystal
Cobra.
Boy.
And he was Aguil de Laz.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in 0083. So
Yep. Pretty awesome.
just, rest in peace. Kiyoshi Kobayashi, you had a good run.
That's a career you can hang your hat on.
Oh, 52 years of being Daisuke Jigen. Pretty badass. Probably more years than Daisuke Jigen himself would actually live, but
very
we'll
true.
get into that. All right, moving on. So I don't know what this exactly means. So for the 10-year anniversary of the Golden Age arc movies that they did for Berserk, which were decent CG, like not
Yeah.
great, not
They were
good.
fun. I enjoyed them.
Like the series was a lot worse. I mean, everybody wished they were just regular animation.
Yes, quite a bit so.
But the there's doing a remaster. I don't know what that means. There's going to be some extra scenes, and I don't know. I don't know what remastered means. Right? Are they going to make the CG look less shitty? Like, is that what they're going to do? Are they going to touch it up? I mean, what else are you going to do? Like, it wasn't
It's
like
only
that video
it's
quality.
only 10 years old. It's not like it's from the 80s where you got to remaster.
Yeah,
you know
so
what I mean?
I'm assuming
I'm assuming, yeah, they're probably just
the
going to
CG is going to look better. So
That'd be nice.
I'll check it out. I mean,
I would definitely rewatch them.
it's a good arc. In the end, that fucking ending, Jesus Christ. That ending just makes you want to, it makes you really wish there was an actual Berserk show that was good.
Right.
Because, like, my God, that ending. Fuck you, Femto, you fucking piece of shit. Anyway,
Piece of shit.
that's coming out. That will be out, I want to say, in October. For the 10th. Yep, in October.
Like it.
So check that out when it comes out. The originals I think are worth watching, so if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. All right, so Udon Entertainment bringing some more interesting stuff over for their manga line. So they're doing the Robotics Notes manga. You remember Robotics Notes?
Oh, that was like really good.
I thought it was pretty good. Yeah, it predicted the whole kind of cell phone
Giant
game
phones.
console kind of
Yep.
phase. Yep. And then Record of Lotus War, The Crown of the Covenant manga as well.
Huh.
Also a bunch of artworks books, which are cool. So I have the 3 Dark Souls ones, and they're pretty cool. They're doing Devil May Cry 5, Neo and Neo 2, bunch of other games, art books. That's kind of what they specialize in.
Yeah.
They do a lot of those Street Fighter art books and stuff like that.
I loves me some art books.
Oh, hell yeah. So anyway, you get this Lotus War manga coming out. I do see Deedlit on one of them and a Lazy Parn, I think, in the background.
Not doing his job.
3 volumes. And Ryo Mizuno did it, so I'll probably pick that up. Like, I like Lotus War. And,
Oh, hell yeah. The only problem with Lotus War is there isn't more Lotus War.
Yeah, and the series, like, I wish it was better quality. That's
Yeah.
the kind of thing that I would love to see a redo.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
just go through and do all the books and manga and whatever. Like,
Yep.
that would be awesome. Like, I'd love to see that. So, maybe someday.
Kind of surprised they haven't. Seems like a property that's like really popular.
And it seems like it's pretty popular in Japan. And a game just came out, too. Deedlit in Wonderland. It's basically like a Castlevania
Yeah, no, I remember
style
it.
game.
I believe you.
I played a little bit. It was hard and not the way I like things to be hard. You heard me. I stand by it.
You brought it up in the news many, many weeks ago.
Yeah, a long time ago. It's also still free on Game Pass. So
That's
Xbox
like
Game
what's more popular than fucking dungeon adventuring anime now? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
it's the thing. So it would be the time. You're not wrong, and it's not isekai, so it's got that going for it. Anyway, yeah, take a peep because Udon is not the company I usually look to for manga, but I look to them for art books and stuff. But now that they're doing robotics notes and doing Lotus War, that's pretty cool. So we'll see how that plays out. Definitely looking forward to it. Glad to see some more kind of niche stuff getting released. With all the Go to Guy stuff that's come out, with like the Kamen Rider one that came out.
hell yeah.
I'm so happy to see some of this other stuff. Manga's getting popular enough that we're getting some of the weird shit, which is great.
Yeah, it's true because they bring over literally everything, so you might as well go for the backlog.
I gotta pick up that 3-volume Transformers one too. That's like all weird, like side story mangas and pack-in manga and all sorts of stuff.
That's
like
awesome.
from the late '80s. There's some
Yeah.
crazy BS in there, man. I gotta pick it up. Anyway, speaking of dungeon, good segue. Speaking of dungeon related anime, so Studio Trigger's next anime is an adaptation of the manga Delicious in Dungeon.
Oh yeah.
Um,
I know nothing about it, but that title.
So it's a group of adventurers that make meals out of monsters to sustain themselves.
Oh, so it's like Food Wars plus Isekai.
It's Food Wars plus dungeoning. I don't know if that's necessarily isekai. It sounds like it's Food Wars plus how do I pick up girls in what the hell is that show?
Is it wrong to pick up girls?
Is it wrong to try to pick up girls in a
You know what's
dungeon?
fucked up?
That show.
I was so hot for that to come back.
Yep.
I keep forgetting it exists.
Yeah.
I watched one episode and I haven't watched any of the others
I gotta
yet.
finish-
There's like 4 episodes out.
That's the kind of show I marathon. I got to finish season 3. I blew through seasons 1 and 2 like in a couple days, and then I stalled out at the beginning of season 3. So I just gotta get back to it.
I don't know
didn't stall
why.
it
I
'cause it was
just
bad.
never remember it's back.
Yeah.
I'm so dumb.
It's
I think it's because it was a couple weeks late. And they had that weird episode like 0 that was just like a recap. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, so you kind of just put it to the side.
Yeah, it just kind of popped out of my brain. I got a few episodes to catch up on at least.
Sure. All right. So, speaking of things coming out soon, Mob Psycho 100 getting its 3rd season.
Boom.
Very hot. They've now revealed that it will be premiering October 5th.
Oh, nice.
So that's pretty soon. Looking forward to that because Mob Psycho is awesome. If you haven't watched Mob Psycho, what are you doing with your life? Like it's done by the same guy who did One Punch Man, and it's just good. It's just really goddamn good.
I just like the way he does it.
Oh, it's great.
That guy is really good at dealing with like super OP characters. You know what I mean? That's like his niche. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And there's also a title sequence. So the title sequence is now up on YouTube. Check it out. Give it a watch. Yeah, I'm into it. It's going to be on Crunchyroll, of course, as it comes out. Yeah, I mean, go watch. There's 2 seasons already. I think they're 12 episodes-ish a piece. But, so there's not a ton. There's only 20-something episodes to catch up on if you haven't
Yeah.
caught up. I'd say go catch up. It's great. It's just a great show. And new season's coming out in October, so just in time.
Just in time.
Speaking of other things that I was told was good, but I haven't watched. Oh, that was something I knew was good because I watched it. This is something I haven't watched but was told was good, but you watched it, was Tower of God. So Tower of God is getting a second season.
Tower of God, you got to have that second season, man.
Yeah.
Because, like, the whole first season is about him getting fucked over, and now he has to get it. It's like, he's like, fucking, he gets screwed, and, like, the whole second season has to be revenge. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So it's happening.
It
doesn't say when. The manga's going to be out, or graphic novel, sorry, will be out in November. So I'm going to guess this will come out either, it probably won't be, it'll probably be the winter core or whatever. Like,
yeah,
probably in like January-ish should be my guess.
I think Crunchy licensed that too.
Yeah,
so.
no, Crunchy's involved with this too. Their name's all over it. So, hey, listen, I can't just hate on Crunchyroll to hate on Crunchyroll. Like, they do give money to projects that are good.
Decent amount of most of the things I think they've like brought, they've licensed or whatever are actually pretty good.
Yeah. So yeah, if you're interested in Tower of God, check that out. This will give me incentive to watch the first season before the second season comes out.
It's true.
So I can check that shit out. All right, more new releases. So there is already a trailer preview for the 4th season of Legend of Galactic Heroes de Nuitis.
I'm glad they're trucking with that.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'd be so mad if they didn't do the whole thing.
So each season is, 12-ish episodes?
Yeah, like 3 movies.
It's like 3 movies.
Episodes.
Yeah, they break them up into 4-ish movies apiece. Season will have 3 parts, 3-week theatrical run. September, October, November is when the theatrical run is going to be out. So, again, this will probably be a either winter or spring release for the anime.
Probably spring.
Yeah, probably the spring would be my guess.
I would say so.
Yeah, because the 3rd season did... maybe not, because the 3rd season did March, April, May, and then... It was out like in June, right? Or not even.
Yeah, I think you're right, actually.
So maybe it will be sooner. Maybe it will actually be out by the end of the year, which would be cool.
That'd be fun.
Nice Christmas present.
I'm
Something
down
to
with
watch. So, hell yeah. I'm glad they're cranking these out, man, because there's a lot of Legend of Galactic Heroes. The original series was like 109 episodes, I think.
Yeah, it was over 100 episodes.
I mean, there's like a 50-something episode side story and all this other stuff,
Yeah.
but I think the main series was like 109, something like that. Right now, there's only 24. Maybe there's 8 episodes a season because there's only 24 out now and there's 3
it's
seasons.
the only legit sexy space opera out.
I love it. I really do love it. Oh, no, it was 12 episodes a season, so we're up to 36. So the first 2 seasons are going to be free on YouTube from August 6th to the 19th, so already happening right now. Get your ass over to YouTube if you want to watch it full free. If you don't have any other service and you don't want to stay on ICs, I'd check it out. I like it a lot. It's an updated adaptation. Animation's a little slicker. I know a lot of people like a lot of the designs from the old one better. They like the old one better. Nothing wrong with that. You
Fair
have
enough.
both options. If you want to watch the old one, it's up on High Dive right now, I believe. All of it. So check that shit out.
Pretty much everything I watch that's not anime is the old version. So
this is where we start to get into the spicy news. So
spice.
first bit is, so this is the kind of thing that's either going to be like Detective Pikachu or like Sonic, or it's going to be a complete disaster.
Like everything else.
And that is the Pac-Man movie that they're developing.
The fuck you even make a Pac-Man movie?
I don't know. How the fuck do you make a Sonic movie?
I don't know.
This has a little more of a story. I mean, I'd kind of troll people and just do an hour.
Sonic
and a half.
at least.
I'd do an hour and a half of a guy in a Pac-Man costume, just like eating pellets and getting shanked by ghosts. I'd make it a horror movie. See, they'd come up behind him and grab him by the top jaw and then just twist him inside out. Like he dies.
Sonic had like a real villain, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pac-Man doesn't really have
Dr.
much of a
Robotnik,
story.
Eggman, whatever.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey, whatever you want to call him. I don't know. I saw Christian Bale might be in the 3rd one, which is hilarious to me.
Sure.
Anyway, Hollywood's doing a Pac-Man movie. I don't know that anybody's going to be all that excited about it, but there have been times where they've made chicken salad out of chicken shit, so we'll see if they can succeed this time.
It's an amazingly dumb idea, but
Well, yeah,
whatever.
it's one of those things. It's not like it's a beloved franchise that anybody cares about from a narrative standpoint. Like, yeah, from a video game standpoint.
There's not a lot of like Pac-Man lore out there they're gonna fuck up.
No.
It's just like whatever.
No.
It's
All right.
a sphere that chomps.
So now I guess this is still spicy news. Spicy as in it's hot. I like a tamale. Oh wait. We won't talk about that. So this is more in the weird merchandising area. So there's a company in Japan. Let's see. Donguri Republic is going to be selling this for $15, so very cheap. They are making a ring that's based on the squiggly purpley demons that are in Mononoke.
Oh, really?
So they look like they're taking over your finger.
Oh, it's kind of cool, actually.
It's kind of cool. It looks like it's going to break in about 2 seconds if you put the damn thing on.
Probably.
But yeah, it's out there. So Princess Mononoke, if you haven't watched it, what the hell's wrong with you? Go watch it. The demons, quote unquote demons in it, are kind of just like a black amorphous ooze that moves around like with snake tentacles, right?
Yeah.
Everywhere, like snaking tentacles that go in and out of your skin and turn it all purple, and
It's essentially magic pudding.
it makes you evil, right? Turns you evil until the forest god cures you, right?
It's essentially condensed negative waves.
Yeah, man. It's
You know,
evil.
you know how much Japan likes that.
Condensed evil. So you can go check this out. Dunguri Republic's going to have them. I don't know how you can buy them, but if you're into Mononoke, you might be into this. And like I said, it's $15 freaking bucks, so it ain't going to break the bank either.
So when you break it immediately, you can just go buy
yeah,
another one.
you may want to buy 3 or 4 of them, 5 of them. So if you do break them, you got them on hand. But yeah, go check that out. All right, so this is news of the interesting, weird, I don't know. So our good friend of Gunsmith Cats and Riding Bean fame, Kenichi Sanada,
Hell yeah.
is apparently creating a doujinshi that's related to Spy X Family. Regular kind of doujinshi, not a hentai one.
Not a dirty one.
Calm down.
For the longest time, I didn't think there were any regular ones.
Yeah, right. So apparently he's done this before. He apparently did one for Kimono Friends and one for Girls und Panzer.
That was funny.
So now he's doing a Spy X Family one, which is, I guess if you're Kenichi Sanada, that's what you do. I'd rather see him, do more stuff with Gunsmith Cats and Riding Bean, but
Whatever.
I guess it is what it is. I'd kill somebody for some more fucking Riding Bean.
Yeah, really. That's on my list of like
Or
underutilized franchises.
just do more Gunsmith Cats because he's in that too, so it doesn't matter. Like,
It's true.
just make it happen, will you? Anyway, I don't know how you can get your hands on this doujin. I'm sure it'll appear online at some point, but
Like all doujins.
I didn't realize he did it. It's kind of cool. I'd be interested. I haven't watched any Spy X Family, but everybody's going off about it, so maybe I'll check it out one of these days.
It's wholesome, man.
Is it?
Yeah.
Good to know.
People like wholesome shit now.
Good to know. Hey, nothing wrong with that.
When the world's crumbling around you, you like a little wholesome action.
I could use some actual wholesome anime and not, the usual degeneracy. All right. So now we come to the last bit of news, which is probably the second death bell for Disney.
Wah, wah, wah. You mean
Disney Plus is doing so fantastically that the current tier that you pay $7.99 a month for, well, if you pay for it, most people get it for free through something else. Because who the hell wants to pay for Disney Plus at this point?
They just need numbers for investors.
$7.99 a month, yeah. That's going to be an ad-supported tier with ads. And if you want no ads, you're gonna have to pay $10.99.
How about I pay nothing because I don't want it? Ha 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 ha.
Now, they're going to sell you ad-free Hulu Plus, Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN Plus for $20 a month. I mean, if you kind of want Disney Plus, I guess. The thing that worries me is
They're going to force you to get it.
they're going to start getting into anime, and it's going to be really goddamn annoying because I don't want to deal with this, right? In the United States, so they're planning to stream Tatami Time Machine Blues, Black Rock Shooter, Dawnfall, Summertime
That is
Rendering.
like way too dirty for Disney Plus.
Yeah, they're starting to branch
Black
out a
Rock
little bit.
Shooter is the rapiest thing on TV.
You were Touchstone Pictures, right? Wasn't that a Disney thing?
I think so.
Like, there was their PG.
Yeah, but like
wing.
you would figure you would put that on Hulu.
Now in Southeast Asia, you're much more screwed because Disney Plus streams a hell of a lot of other stuff that like Crunchyroll or somebody else will stream here. So
it's true. It's funny that every shitty company has to fall back on anime. Like, Japan, please save us from ourselves. Isn't that hilarious?
Yeah.
That's like Netflix's strategy. They're just like sucking up all of like Asia.
Well, and this is what worries me, right, is when you start getting all these Western corporate interests because, ooh, that's good and it makes money. There's going to be far too much temptation for those egomaniacal executives to
ruin it,
fiddle with it, and fuck with it, and make
then
it bad.
They'll just be poor again.
Yeah. Now, so far, Crunchy doesn't seem to be doing that, so I will give them some credit there. But Disney can't fucking resist. So
yep.
Let's hope they keep their hands out of it. Anyway, ad-supported Disney Plus is dumb and not going to make them any more money. And raising the price of Disney Plus is suicidal in the current streaming market. So good fucking luck, Disney. You're fucked.
They do all kind of sneaky shit, too. Like, if you get Hulu, like the full TV thing, they force you to get Disney Plus with it.
Oh, yeah. It was Zaslav now taking a hatchet to everything shitty and, with his plan to truly combine Discovery Plus and HBO Max. Forget about it. They're going to shoot ahead of frickin' everybody that isn't Netflix pretty quickly, and they might even shoot ahead of that. And, Amazon I don't ever really count because most people have Amazon Prime because of free shipping, not because of the fucking video service.
No.
Although, honestly, considering that, they don't have the worst video service ever. They're not the best, but they're not the worst. So
the stuff they do that's good is fine, but like
they did do the Terminal List and they did do Reacher, and they were both really fucking good.
But as just
Clarkson's Farm was good. So
but as like a regular streaming service, like you have to pay extra for almost everything.
Yeah, their originals are better than a lot of the stuff they're streaming.
Exactly.
Yeah. Anyway.
Either way, Disney will they're not going to have enough money to license anime soon, so it won't matter.
Disney needs to go.
I want to see them go bankrupt.
Would be nice.
So hard.
Would be nice. They were heading that way in the 90s, and then they pulled themselves out of the gutter. So.
They're going to go bankrupt, and George Lucas is going to buy the whole company.
That would be fucking hilarious. And immediately fire Kathleen Kennedy.
I bet you $100
the curb.
I will bet you within 5 years he owns Star Wars again. Not that I want to see that happen either, but it would be fucking hilarious.
It needs to be given to someone who gives a shit. Like, if he got it back and then just gave it over to, like, Filoni and Favreau, like, I'd be okay with that. Even though Filoni's not always good. That would be better than what they have now.
Better than nothing. Literally nothing.
Garbage. Nothing but trash.
Better than Vespas.
Yeah, I thought it was going the other way, and then all of a sudden Kathleen Kennedy somehow got all her power back. Like,
yep. Who knows?
It doesn't make any sense.
She's
getting fired any day now.
She's got dick pics of somebody.
Apparently.
Actually, no. It's got to be way worse than that.
Well,
she's got Epstein Island.
I don't mean like dick. It's not. It's You didn't say what age the dick was and whose it was and where it was at.
It's not the dick, it's what it's doing.
Yeah, exactly.
And who it's doing it to.
Exactly. Anyway, that's all I got. It's quite a bit of news today, but that's all I got.
Hey, that's lots of news.
All right. Yeah, we gotta move on here. If you want to quickly run through your recent watches.
I'm gonna run through. Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer, they pulled a Daigoji with like one of the main characters. I'm not going to give it away because that would be criminal. If you read the manga, you know who I'm talking about. But
his name is in my brain for a minute. The dude from Gurren Lagann.
Oh, fuck yeah. That is
Kazuma.
Also, yes, that is also a Guy Daigoji.
Yeah.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, Guy Daigoji was in Nadesco, if you've ever seen that. He was the guy who died in the third episode as, like, the impetus for the main character to, like,
And he was the cool character that
be
everybody
awesome,
liked.
yeah. So, if I ever refer to a guy Daigoji-ing, that means they killed off a main character.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, so I won't say anything else.
Kamina.
Spoil it.
Not Kazuma.
Kamina, yeah.
Kamina, yep.
Anyway, Call the Night was excellent. Still excellent. It's funny because, like, they basically treat him getting his blood sucked by a vampire as like dating, so he has all the same quirks. Like he gets all weirded out because he realizes that she probably used to have to suck blood from a lot of other people, and then he gets like all jealous and he wants to ask her about it, but he doesn't really want to know.
What's your body count again?
Yeah, exactly.
This case maybe literally.
Bro, you don't want to know. And then it turns out that she offers some kind of weird massage service. Like, she lures guys in under the guise of, like, she's going to, like, give them sexy time massage, and then she just, like, puts them to sleep and sucks their blood.
See, you should watch your ass, boys. You should watch your ass. You never know what's going to happen at that Asian massage parlor.
Yeah. She even wears, like, a ridiculous old nurse outfit.
You thought you just had to worry about, like, the Florida police, like, you know, running a sting on you.
Busting the door in, or you're getting a handy J. Anyway. And then, like, somehow some girl at the very end of the episode, like, comes in for a massage, and she's like, I'm all tired out, like, you do it. And she makes Ko do it, and it's funny. That's how the episode ended. He hasn't actually, like, had to do it yet.
Gotcha.
It's kind of hilarious, though. Black Summer is, like, kind of more of the same old shit. I just keep waiting for them. Like, they just ramp up exponentially every episode.
Yeah.
So I have to assume they're going to have to fight something amazingly epic at the end. It just seems like the short, cheap way to, like, get to Dragon Ball Z tier. I don't see anything unique or super interesting about it.
So it's the DCEU,
right?
Instead of the Marvel Universe, where they actually built it up slowly.
Yeah, that's true. They didn't have time. They were always behind.
They should have taken the time.
Anyway,
putting Zack Snyder in charge was a mistake.
It's still generic Isekai.
Yeah.
I mean, it's watchable. The characters aren't unlikable. It just seems very tropey.
Don't go out of your way.
I don't know. People have told me it's good, so I'm going to keep grinding. But anyway, that's that.
All right. So
That's shows of the week.
Speaking of recent watches, we did watch the first episode, so there's more than this out, of the new Beavis and Butthead. Is it a reboot? Is it just, I mean, honestly, it's just
more
new episodes.
Yeah. They didn't reboot anything. Nothing's different.
Well, I mean, it's
even the
modern
animation
day.
looks exactly the same.
And the movie explains why it's modern day, and that's about it.
Pretty much.
Animation is cleaner. It looks like the old movie animation, right? But it's the same style. Mike Judge still does the voices pretty much identical.
God, I never thought about that. That's super crafty. To, like, time travel them into 2022.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he did in the movie. And
yeah,
like,
there. I didn't even think about that. I'm like, oh, yeah, it is the modern day. Because, I mean, they do everything identical.
Well, they watched a TikTok video in one of them.
Oh, they can't beat up Kip anymore.
And then, oh, my God.
I hope he's, like, 40.
You know they'll address all this,
and
right?
he
at some
has,
point.
like, he still has his fucking winger shirt. Oh, he better have, like, a Nickelback shirt on or something.
Oh, my God.
You got to update it. The new most hated band.
Queens of the Stone Age or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
right. Yeah, I don't even know who the, like...
Imagine Dragons.
it's got to be Imagine
Could be Imagine Dragons. So anyway, it's still excellent. Animation still the same. She had 2 episodes. Well, an episode is too many
One
episodes.
episode
like it used
is
to
like,
be.
yeah, two
11-minuters.
11-minuters, which I really like that format. It's just way funnier. It's like a little short.
Yeah. So the first one.
First one was Panic Room, right?
Yeah, the first one. Well, Panic Room. You keep saying Panic Room. Escape Room.
Escape Room, sorry.
Yeah, the first one was like the Mummy Escape Room, where they like, get pulled into the mummy. Well, to go to this place, to this mummy escape room with like these 2 chicks.
These 2 chicks like want to go in the escape room, but like you need 4 people, and they just happen to be walking by.
So instead, they like go down the hallway and go into the girls' bathroom. Or no, they go to the men's bathroom first.
Yeah, and of course they think they're going to get laid. Like that's the only reason they're there.
But they think the men's bathroom is the escape room. And
Yeah.
It's really goddamn funny.
They're like trying to figure out how to get out.
Oh my God, it's absolutely ridiculous. They just ruin the place. It's absolutely classic, stupid Beavis and Butthead.
Oh God! And then the 2 chicks just take off with these guys. They meet out front.
Yep. And then there's the one with fire, where it's just Beavis, and he's talking to like basically a living fire,
a sentient dumpster fire,
a sentient dumpster fire, and it's like. For some reason, it's basically telling him to do all the things to get his life together. Like, go read this book and write a book report. And like, go run laps. Go do that. Go clean up the streets. Like,
yeah.
Oh my, clean up trash. Like, it's just funny. At the end, he's just like, no.
It's like, man, I don't want to do that.
This is lame. So that one's just weird, but it's goddamn funny. And
it's hilarious.
It's good. I like it. So there's more episodes of that. We're definitely going to check out more episodes of that. It's very good. I can already recommend it. The movie was good. It hasn't lost a beat, man.
No, it's like, I don't know how he does it, but it's like, it seems perfectly normal.
Yep.
But it's like, it's topical. Like it actually, like it came back at the perfect time. Like, instead of watching stupid music videos, they watch stupid TikTok videos.
They watched the TikTok video, and they also watched that music video. That music video was so bad. Oh, my God, that country one.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so bad.
Yeah, like, there's plenty of shit to tear up. It's great.
And don't question, right? You're going to... When they're watching the videos, they're always like way smarter than they ever are in any of the clips.
Yeah, they're way better at like roasting shit.
They're roasting the hell out of it.
Being insanely dumb.
Yeah, like
like they roast shit like they're a stand-up comedian, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And you know what? It doesn't matter. That's how it needs to be, and it works.
That's
and
how
it's
it
fucking
used
awesome.
to be, I mean.
Don't question it. That's how it's always been, right? Like it's good stuff. So anyway, definitely check it out. It's on Paramount Plus. I know Paramount Plus is not enticing otherwise, unless you like really old movies. Because there's a whole bunch of them.
Oh, God. I walk in with my dad every now and again when I'm over there, and he'll be watching, like, an old, like, fucking comedy special from, like, the 70s. It's, like,
crazy
the
stuff.
Roast of Dick Van Dyke and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Surprised Lawrence Welk's not on there.
Probably.
Go look up Lawrence Welk sometime. You'd be amazed. Anyway, all right, we're going to get to what I think we need to gush about a little more, which is Primal. So... we talked about Primal before a little bit. Great show. So no dialogue really. There's
screaming.
There's screaming, and then now there's words, but it's all in untranslated, all in languages that you can't really understand. But it's about a caveman and his dinosaur friend, and was there 8 or 10? I think it was 10 episodes in the first season.
Yeah, it's like around 10 episodes.
And it's on HBO Max. So it was an Adult Swim thing, but it's on HBO Max. You can check it out on HBO Max. They have the whole first season and the first 4 episodes of this season. We're going to talk about the first 3 episodes because I haven't watched the 4th one yet. And there's only 4 out. So the first season, it's basically just their adventures. They go all over the place. Then, they start to weave in some other stuff to make it more interesting. Like, one, the visual storytelling is phenomenal. Right, without dialogue, it works.
It does not need dialogue. Like, you know exactly what's happening. Like, how they convey emotion with
great
with just like screaming
with a very cartoon style, right?
It's Tartakovsky. It's like that classic like Samurai Jack Dexter style.
Genndy Tartakovsky, who did Samurai Jack and Dexter, right? Like the man is better. And Bionic Titan, which I want some more of that, please.
Yeah, I know. Like,
great show, got canceled before its time. Although I take Megas first. Anyway. So Primal, you got this, great visual storytelling. I mean, he's the man at that, right? If you ever watched that Clone Wars cartoon, the original, not the CG one, not the wrong CG one, but the original Cartoon Network short one they did, that was him. Yep. And there was a lot of visual storytelling in that too. He's just very good at it. And there's obviously nothing woke going on because it's the manliest goddamn thing you'll ever watch. Like, masculinity's off the charts.
I don't know. Now that Metalocalypse isn't on, it's like definitely the most metal thing on TV.
It really is. Yeah, it's blood and guts and violence because, man, it's the ancient world. There's bad shit's happening. It's dinosaurs and people. Like,
once you get to the newer episodes, they ramp up the crazy fantasy shit too.
Yeah,
so it's like wild.
Last season there was one point where it was like mid-season where there were these monkey men, they were like proto-humans or whatever, and they had weird, Cthulhu-type rituals going on.
Oh, yeah, they had like weird fucking magic, and one of them was a shaman.
Yeah, some crazy shit. So that was like the mid-season thing. So they were already starting to ramp it up with some of the cool... They're definitely blending some Conan kind of stuff in
yeah,
there,
it's
right?
very like Robert E. Howard.
Very cool.
Lovecraft style.
Yeah,
shit.
very cool. So then at the end of the season, he runs into another human, one that talks, right? Because he's a caveman, so he kind of grunts and makes noise. But he runs into a... it's kind of Egyptian looking. I don't know,
Yeah, Persian, whatever.
Persian, Mediterranean, Moroccan, who knows, right? Like that kind of olive skinned, with those kind of features, right? And you can tell that just from the animation. So it's, it kind of gives you an idea of where it might be taking place if you think it's when,
Yeah.
Anyway, he runs into this girl and she's clearly an escaped slave, but she can talk. And she's like this, maybe she's a moon priestess or something. You don't really know, but she talks. But again, it's not in any sort of language And then he learns her name and he can say her name. So he can speak. Like if he learned language, he could speak language, right? So maybe they'll get there eventually. Maybe he'll just become Conan eventually because it seems to be the way it's going.
Right.
But at the end of the last season, she got caught by...
Shit, imagine if Conan had a dinosaur.
Right.
Wild
She
stuff.
got caught by the slavers, right, that she was enslaved to before, and they took her back across the sea. So in the first episode, it picks up right there. It's great. It's just the continuity's great. He's figuring out how the hell am I going to get there.
Yeah, he's obsessed with this chick now, and he's like, he's got to go.
And it's good serial storytelling because each episode is its own self-contained story, even though there's an overarching story.
Yeah.
Right? Each episode can stand alone. And I think that's what a lot of people miss with modern day kind of, longer form storytelling. I mean, there's a place for that, but there were a lot of shows that back in the day, to me, some of the better ones that wove that in together, right?
Yeah.
Like you'd watch a season of something like Star Trek Deep Space Nine or even Doctor Who, right? Like where there'd be standalone episodes, but there was always a through thread, and there'd always be like kind of quote unquote canon episodes in there that were moving the overall arching story along. This does that, and it does it extremely well.
Especially since they're only like 10-minute episodes.
Yeah,
11 minutes.
And then this season, man, it ramps it up. There's, Spear. So the main guy, it's Spear and
Fang.
Spear and Fang, right? So Fang's the dinosaur and Spear's the guy. They don't have names in the show. It's just that's what they're called.
You got to refer to them by something.
Yeah. So Spear, he runs into more humans, right? So he finds like a whole village of humans. They look like they're Celts for sure.
Yeah.
Right. So they're pale skin, red hair, blue tattoos all over the place. Like Picts, Celts, whatever, right? Gauls.
They're from Tanith.
Yeah. Tanith, right? Tanith had black hair in pale skin and not red hair.
They did.
That's how it's different. And their mix are MK instead of MC. It's very different. Do not sue.
Shut up.
Things changed in 40,000 years, all right? Read Gaunt's Ghost. Shit's great. So it's great. This show is good. And the 3 episodes are building up. He finds the girl again finally, and now he's trying to, save some villagers.
And the slavers are like ridiculous, like Vikings. They're like super Vikings.
That ride giant bears.
They ride giant bears.
Which giant bears are awesome until a dinosaur comes and like bites you in half.
Yeah.
Because
don't fuck with dinosaurs, man.
the dinosaur, it's like a T-Rex, but it's not like...
It's like a mini T-Rex.
It's like a mini T-Rex.
It's like big enough
big
for him to ride, but not like so big that it's like...
It's not Jurassic Park T-Rex size. It's probably half the size of a Jurassic Park T-Rex. So it's bigger. It's bigger than a Jurassic Park Raptor, but it's smaller than.
It's
Jurassic
big
Park
enough to
T-Rex.
ride, but small enough to fit on a raft.
Yeah,
Basically.
That raft episode. Giant turtle, megalodon, shark, like so much cool stuff going on. The episodes are freaking great. Was there anything that stood out for you in the latest season? Anything that like was really metal, really awesome?
Oh God, everything. I like how it's ramping up with the fantasy stuff. Like everything
I like
gets
that direction
more
a lot.
giant, more fantastic. Like he's doing a really good job of like nice, even. Everything gets more ridiculous. I don't know when it's happening, but eventually there's one of those Viking guys that's like an actual giant.
Nice.
Just because I watched the trailer like months ago.
This is going to do the Frost Giant's daughter. Here, I hear you.
Basically, right. Anyway, it's like oh God,
He's got a sword now. He basically is Conan.
oh yeah, he totally grabbed
Right
that
at the
guy's
end.
sword. Yeah, right.
He
at
picked
the
up
end.
that sword.
So yeah, he's basically turning to Conan, which is.
I mean, his design looks like classic, like Frazetta Conan.
Oh yeah, with like the hair, like kind of the square cut, like bangs,
long hair.
and like
And the kind of
just the
squish nose,
like the square jaw. He's like mad beefy.
hairy, mad beefcake, like dark, not dark skin, but like
out in the
tanned.
sun, dark.
Yeah, out in the sun, white guy, dark skin, like. He looks like frickin' Frazetta Conan. He just does, right? Like a
Really
more
does.
savage caveman version, but he looks like Frazetta Conan.
It's so good, man. I can't wait to watch the rest of it.
Oh, it's great. It's great. Yeah, I can't wait for it to be out, right? Like, we got one episode that we got in the hopper, but after that, we got to wait.
Yeah.
It's coming out weekly.
It's so good. I know I say a lot of things are masterpieces, but it is. a
No,
masterpiece.
this is a goddamn masterpiece. Like, it is. I'm going to say, so far, it is Genndy Tartakovsky's best work. It is.
I think so.
It's better than Samurai Jack.
Everything else was practice.
And Samurai Jack was good.
It has all the savage, kind of depressing elements of Samurai Jack, except it has like savage victory too. He doesn't always just keep getting fucked forever. Like
that last season Samurai Jack is tough.
it's like the most depressing fucking ending.
It's like, Jesus Christ, dude.
like total black pill. And I mean, it's good, but it's just like, man,
It's tough.
that's dank.
It's tough. Yeah. It's a satisfying but not good.
That's your
ending, right?
grandma's basement dank.
Yeah, right. And then Foreign Exchange Boy episode of Dexter's Lab will always be near and dear to my heart.
Yeah.
Foreign Exchange Boy.
That was like basically the last episode.
You mean my monkey is the superhero monkey?
It really was a movie too. It was like a whole hour.
Oh, it was so great.
Go Dexter, Family
Go look that up somewhere. That shit's great.
I'm sure that's
Everybody's got mechs. It's very anime.
Yeah, it's so
great.
funny.
But yeah, Primal, it like I said, it's on HBO Max. I don't know where it is in other territories. Find it. I don't care how you find it and watch it. It is phenomenal. The first 10 episodes, if you're not hooked by episode 1, I don't know what's wrong with you. And then you're just going to freaking...
And it's shit that no one is doing right now.
No one is doing
that kind of
like
this. Crazy, like wild... Because it's like, it is not hindered by any kind of rules. It's like everything exists at the same time, which I fucking love.
Yep.
Like that's like one
dinosaurs, humans, whatever.
Dinosaurs, humans, fucking giant bear riding Vikings, like Egyptians... I assume that chick is some kind of Egyptian.
She looks Egyptian, Phoenician, that.
Yeah, like I assume that's where you'd go with that.
Middle Eastern, Mediterranean, yeah, for
so,
sure.
I mean, it's just like sky's the limit.
The Moon Priestess made me really think Egyptian for some reason.
Yeah, like that's kind of my takeaway, like off the top of my head. But yeah, it's like such a breath of fresh air.
It's phenomenal. Like I just cannot recommend it enough. Like it's one of those things that's slipping under the radar and it needs to not slip under the goddamn radar.
Yeah, like watch it.
People need to watch Primal. It is fantastic.
I'm amazed that they're letting him do it. I think that was probably
with
when
free reign.
Yeah, I think it's like when they got bought out, it was probably like, hey, you make us money, go.
It's also Adult Swim. Like Adult Swim, out of all the Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon and Disney, all this stupidity, like Adult Swim stayed mostly insulated from that. They couldn't get funding for some stuff, but they did.
I think they just got cut off. They never got bad. They just got less funny.
Exactly. And then all of a sudden on HBO Max, it's all of a sudden like, oh wait, never mind. We are going to do more Venture. We are going to do more Aqua Teen. We are going to do more Metalocalypse. Like, oh, you're going to do the things that make money. Good job. And they've done more of this.
Do you remember like the mega protests over the Metalocalypse movie? Because like back in the day, like it was a huge shit show. Because like fans would like line up outside of places to like try to force
the musical.
Yeah, to like try to force them to fucking do. Because he like the guy who does it, Brendan Small. He's like, I need 5 episodes to finish up the story.
Yep.
And they just would not fucking do it. And then all of a sudden, like, the company gets bought. It's like, oh, yeah, you do a movie and finish that. Because the movie's, like, more time than he needed, probably. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I think he only needed, like, 5, 15-minute episodes to do it. So,
listen, Gene Hoglan's recording drum tracks right now.
Gene Hoglan is recording drum tracks 24/7 every day. Gene Hoglan is kind of like the Unterslausch.
He is everywhere.
He's freaking everywhere, man.
He's also, like, a human drum machine. Like, just an absolute robot.
Man played for Death. Like,
I know.
He's legit. And... Five for Death Punch?
No,
not 5 for Death Punch.
Strapping
Young Lad. That's what it was.
That's what it is.
Strapping Young Lad. Like, actually, if you look up his credits,
5 for
Death
Punch is not good enough for Gene.
No, you're right. You're correct. Gene Hoglan's a beast.
Strapping Young Lad is who's that dude? The Canadian guy, the bald Canadian guy that does those crazy screams.
Devin Townsend.
Devin Townsend, yes. Strapping Young Lad was Devin Townsend.
He produced Soderbergh's first big album.
Yeah.
This is our metal corner, by the way.
Sorry, sometimes I get on a tangent. Anyway, it's Gene Hoglan.
The atomic clock, the human drum machine.
Right.
He's only 54. Wow, he's younger than I thought.
Yeah. It's funny how guys like that get fat. Like playing drums, just having like he's basically running all the time to do all like those double bass rolls and shit.
So, yeah, Death. Oh, he was in Fear Factory for a while, of course.
Who else could?
Strapping Young Lad, Testament, Death Clock, obviously. I played for Anthrax live a bunch of times. That's cool.
It's fine.
He played for Opeth once live. Gene Hoglan, man, guy's everywhere.
He's just like, he's a session drummer, and he's like filling for every band drummer.
He's a beast. He's so good. His discography makes me, like, it's insane. Like I said, 24/7, 365, Gene Hoglan is freaking recording, because that's what he does.
Yep.
Oh, he also did, like, when Brendan Smalls, obviously, when he did Galacticon and his other stuff, it was also Gene Hoglan.
Yes, it was.
Well, because early on with the Metalocalypse stuff, we'll do a whole thing on Metalocalypse at some point. Early on in the Metalocalypse stuff, like, it was all, like, program drums.
Yeah.
And then he got Gene Hoglan in. Gene Hoglan just did it all, like.
Well, plus,
great.
Like, Brendan Smalls is just like, I don't tell him to do anything. He just comes in and he makes it awesome.
Yeah.
So, like, Brendan Smalls doesn't touch drums at all. He's just like, I'm going to have Gene do it. Done.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's our metal aside for the day.
I'm ultra stoked on that fucking movie. I've been watching a bunch of the Aqua Teen shorts, too. They did a bunch of like
On
random
YouTube,
like
yeah.
5-minute, 4-minute shorts on YouTube like over the past few years. Oh man, it's so funny. Just gets me back in the mood.
You killed my good segue. I was going to transition from metal to Chogokin metal.
Whoa.
But you aren't wrong. You aren't wrong. Check out those. I haven't even checked them out yet. Check out those Octane shorts. I'm sure they're freaking good. I'm told they're good. I know they're good.
Yeah, they're on YouTube free, so they're just on Adult Swim.
I just
YouTube
hope
channel.
Aqua Teen can make a ton of money and get the guy who did Frylock's voice. I can't remember his name, so I'm sorry. Paid because he
Yeah.
somehow he like wasn't in SAG, so he just did not get the royalties he was supposed to get, and he got completely screwed. Get that man paid. I hope they do 100 more Aqua Teen things and they make $1 billion and that man gets paid.
He did the voice on all the shorts, so
Because he's so good. Oh, yeah. I think part of the reason they really wanted to do more was to get him paid. Because the other guys, like Matt Milero and I can't remember the other guy's name, were like, this is bullshit. Like, this is wrong.
Yeah.
Like, get this man paid. You know what I
not
mean?
to go on and on, but there's actually like a 2-minute trailer out or something for the movie.
Nice.
And it's just like it's all in space, and it's just like the first like 30 seconds of this is like 8 million foot like spaceship like going away from the camera. It's like so funny.
Oh, my God. Classic. All right. Anyway, we are now going to transition. Not that way.
From metal to
Get your mind out of the
metal.
gutter. We are going directly to Mazinger Z.
Listen, I'm perfectly satisfied with my gender.
Infinity. I told you to leave it. So, this is a sequel to Mazinger Z and Great Mazinger, right? The manga, the series, whatever. Like it all, like you said earlier, the timeline, whatever.
It's not in the Mazen Kaiser timeline.
It's not in the Mazen Kaiser or the Grendizer timeline. Mazen Kaiser and Grendizer do not exist.
And for
dojo.
some reason, I don't know why they shit on Grendizer so much. Everything that like he's not in the Mazen. I mean, he's not in the Mazen Kaiser timeline. He's not in this one.
And Grendizer was going to like. I was wondering if that was like a later creation or something, but no. I mean, it was a Go Nagai manga. Like,
Yeah.
what the hell?
I just don't know why he's not appearing in like any of the newer stuff at all.
I don't know.
Those are my favorite when I was a kid. God damn it!
All right, this is very good. So don't take this bitching as it not being good. It's just a shame that there's not more Grendizer.
I just thought it was weird that they just keep erasing.
There's never Grendizer.
Grendizer.
No matter what
Mazinger
Mazinger project they do, there's no fucking Grendizer.
It just bums me out a little bit. It's got horns, man.
So anyway, Mazinger Z.
Turns into a UFO.
You have the original series, original Great Mazinger series, original Grendizer series. There's like God Mazinger later. That doesn't. I wouldn't even count that.
That's just a manga.
There's
though.
crossover movies and stuff that were cool, like the Devilman, Mazinger Z one,
hell
right? From
yeah.
back in the day.
Oh, if you could hunt those down, all those like whatever versus whatever movies are fucking amazing.
Oh, they're great. And then you have like remakes, redos, like Go Nagai stuff, just like Cutie Honey, which we talked about, and Get a Robo, which we kind of talked about a little bit. We'll do more Get a Robo.
He
in the
just
future.
starts new timelines for breakfast.
Yeah, there's just there's either new timelines or it's just, people are doing remakes or whatever. So, in the 90s, you got, not even it wasn't the 90s, maybe late 90s, early 2000s. I think it was the late 90s. You got like Mazen Kaiser.
Mazen Kaiser was early 2000s.
Which Mazen Kaiser, I believe, was actually created for Super Robot Wars back in the day.
I believe so, yes.
Much like Shin Getter was. And then, they did a series about it. And Mazen Kaiser is a great series. So I'd say regular Mazen Kaiser, check it out.
We would have
Mazen
done
Kaiser
it.
SKL is weird. But
We would have done it already, except it's like 13 episodes.
Yeah.
So I just haven't had time.
And there's a movie that goes with it that's kind of a depressing movie. Mori Mori Hakusei.
They killed Mori Hakusei for no fucking
What the hell?
reason.
The movie is completely superfluous and
Stupid
unnecessary.
Ankokudai Shogun.
Then there was the Mazinger Z series they did in like the mid 2000s.
The Amagawa one.
Imagawa did, right? The guy who did G Gun.
Oh, it was such a cool idea because he did it like Giant Robo style, where he just brought in a bunch of other Go Nagai characters and
Yeah.
like kind of stuffed them.
It just didn't get a real ending.
No, it's like the ending was basically, ha ha ha, you defeated me, but I was protecting you from the real villain.
And it's like, where's my great Mazinger version? Because that would kind of tie it together, but you didn't
Exactly.
get that. So you can watch that. That's available.
Actually, no. I bet that would add Grendizer. Because the real villain was from space.
Well, unfortunately, you never got it. So
never got it.
That never got a sequel. Hopefully, someday it will,
Fucking
because that would be
Amagawa
good.
never gets sequels.
Uh,
His game is he always sets shit up for a sequel, never fucking gets it.
Yeah, at least G Gundam had a real ending.
Yeah.
And then
That's kind of stab.
Sunrise won't let him get away with that shit.
Right.
Gundam's too important. Then you had Mazinger SKL. A lot of people love Mazinger SKL. I think it is the most edgelord garbage
Yeah, that was dumb.
you'll watch. I don't like it at all.
It's like shit your brother.
There's no
would watch.
Koji. There's 2 other new pilots. It's just doesn't do anything for me.
No.
And then you had this. So
Mazinger series are just nostalgia at this point. Like, there's no
Yeah.
point in like different pilots and shit.
so then you had this, which is, although I don't know, when they did those Votom side stories, they were kind of cool. Anyway,
That's a different animal.
different animal.
That's
I'm
more
just
of a-
saying.
That's closer to Gundam. You know what I mean?
So, yeah, but it only had one timeline before. Anyway, I know what you mean. So anyway, then you had this, Mazinger Z Infinity. So this came out in 2017, 2018. It premiered in 2017, but it's really out in 2018. It's on, where the hell did we find it? Funimation.
Funny as
It was available all over the place for a while. So it goes in and out. Depending on the territory you're in, you'll be able to find it somewhere, I assume.
Except unless you want to watch the dub, like the voices don't match.
So that's my only bitch is they had the English dub and that was synced up properly, but for some reason the Japanese track was off by like 3 or 4 seconds.
Yeah, it was really fucking annoying.
You couldn't watch it. So we had to unfortunately resort to other means to watch it, even though we had a completely normal way to watch it. It's just you couldn't. And the English dub is okay, but it's not. If you want to watch good, like Mazinger, like the height of those English dubs was like early 2000s, like around Godan era when Godan came out,
definitely.
like where they actually screamed like the Japanese voice actor screamed. It's just I think they blew out too many voices and decided never to do that again.
Yeah.
Japanese people somehow have the ability to just
Who
like
the hell was that guy?
do that shit for 50 years
Jason
straight.
Douglas.
Brad Douglas.
I think it was
Brian Douglas. Jason
Douglas.
Douglas. Yeah, whatever. It might be Jason Douglas.
It was him and the other guy that did Sao Tome.
Oh, whoever did Sao Tome killed his voice, but God, that show was legendary for it.
Yes. Probably one of the best.
We will do
dubs
Getter Robo
ever.
Armageddon one of these days, and we're definitely gonna do Shin Getter versus Neo Getter. Anyway, we're dancing around all the Golden Guy stuff.
I'm having trouble tracking that down because that is the most legendary Texas Mac action.
We'll find it.
Come on, it has Japanese mountain.
We'll
monkey.
find it.
Japanese mountain monkey.
Mazinger Z Infinity. Right. Bring it back. So it is just a slickly polished, decent hour-and-a-half sequel to Mazinger Z and Great Mazinger. That is what it is.
Yeah, they basically erase the Grendizer timeline and just like finish it off, which is kind of cool,
And
actually.
Do you need to see the original to see this? Absolutely not.
Nah.
Should you be a little bit familiar? Yeah, probably. But honestly, it's good. On
They
its
tell
own.
you what happened, basically. It's like Koji saved the world a zillion times. Now he's a scientist.
And just don't expect this to be a bunch of action set pieces, right? It's a real movie. Like,
Oh, yeah.
it's got a real plot. It's got real characters, real drama. You know, it's not, and I hate to like sell it like that, but it's not just, hey, watch it for the cool mecha
Yeah,
fights.
it's
not
not
what it
like
is.
just nostalgia either, you know.
No. Honestly, the mecha fights aren't even phenomenal. Like, the Mazinger Z fight towards the end is really good, but
Although generic
There's
ones in the
a lot of,
beginning are
like-
just like whatever.
I'm going to shoot my breast beam and I'm just going to kill 8,000 things at once. You know, there's a lot of that. It's a very
Yeah.
super robot. So you don't get like that Gundam, like I'm going to lop limbs off and do some
Yeah.
work. So you got Koji Kubota. So if you don't know anything about Mazinger Z, you got Koji Kubota, main character. He was a high school kid in the original, I believe.
Yep.
Who, you know, pilots Mazinger Z, you could be God or demon, you know, the ultimate robot with photon power.
Photon power.
It's basically super fusion power, but
Yeah.
so you have Koji Kubota. He's now like retired. Well, retired from
Piloting.
and he's now a scientist, right? And you have Sayaka. She was a pilot in the original. Now she's like runs the photon lab. You have Tetsuya, who's still piloting Great Mazinger. You know, so he's doing the same thing.
Let's not get wrecked up.
And June, who's his wife, who's pregnant, so she's not piloting shit right now. So that's basically what's going on. You got Boss Borat, another classic character. He's running a ramen shop. Pretty cool. And then you have, you know, all the original. Basically, the plot is all the original villains just come out of nowhere. Like, why are they back? They never really explained that one, by the way.
No, it's Dr. Hell, man. He fucking
Yeah.
snuck him up
All of a
underneath
sudden,
his
like,
island. And
Dr. Hell and Baron Ashro, who was like the most woke character ever, right? Like, literally half man, half woman. Oh, wait. Never mind. Maybe not woke because those things aren't supposed to. Whatever. So, half and half, right up and down the middle, by the way. So, don't ask me how that works when you get to certain points.
he probably has half a dick and one ball.
We're not going to pay attention to that because it's going to be disturbing. Thanks, Japan, for making me even think about it.
And then like one lip on the other
And then,
side.
what's his name? What's the other guy? Oh, what the hell is the other guy's name?
What guy?
The guy with no head.
Oh, Baron. Shit. Or no, it's General. Wait, I'm gonna think of it. It's like mad German. General Brocken.
Count Brocken.
Count Brocken. Sorry.
Count Brocken. Yeah, Count Brocken. So this is a dude whose head floats around independently from his body.
Yeah.
Don't ask me why.
He's got a body. Sometimes his head is on it.
Very Futurama.
Most of the time, it just floats around.
So the basics, you have your character drama going on with, Jun's going to give birth to Tetsuya's kid. Tetsuya, very early, something happens to him. He doesn't get killed, but something happens to him, so there's drama there.
He gets disappeared.
You got
MIA.
You got, Sayaka's relationship with Koji isn't going great because Koji's kind of a dumbass and he's just into his work.
Yeah, he works too much. He doesn't pay attention to his lady.
You got I think that's Sayaka's brother. Might be Koji's brother. No, it's not Koji's brother.
Yeah, it's Koji's
No,
brother.
because it was Aniki. So that's like bro, not brother.
It was his brother in the original.
Shiro, what the hell is his name? That is his brother.
Yeah, it is his brother.
Why is he calling him Aniki? What?
I don't know, man.
He's broing him. It is his brother though. So
Fucking call him. Ask him.
So regardless, his brother, he pilots like these mass-produced Mazingers, the Ichinanas.
Yeah.
Remember the name? Which are cool. Those things are pretty cool. Everything has a very like many panels style. It's like
they're all digital, so they had the way they did it is just like all these.
Instead of just being giant blocks of stuff, like you could see all these tiny panels, like they would all have to move and shift to actually make.
It's almost
work.
like scale armor kind of.
Yeah. So that's the designs. The robots are CG, but they're not bad. We talked about the plot. Oh well, we talked about the characters. So the plot. They dig up a super giant Mazinger in Mount Fuji.
Of course they do.
Freaking, Mazinger Infinite or whatever. And then
Mazinger Z can basically fit in its head where the
piloter would fit. Because when you pilot Mazinger Z, you like basically take this tiny little one-man hovercraft into the head.
Yeah.
Little like prop plane or whatever.
So this thing's so big that like a regular sized Mazinger could like fit.
This like 25-meter tall robot could fit inside its head.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. And the whole plot is this thing is the Razafon apparently, and it can like tune the world, the universe. Like it can completely remake the entire universe. There's like this alternate universe where all the rules are different and everything's weird and doesn't make sense, but it can kind of like use the power from that universe and the photon energy to like basically remake our universe whatever way you fucking want.
Yep. The ultimate weapon.
So Dr. Hell says, I want to remake the world the way I want it. Humanity sucks. You're all lame. Somehow I'm still alive. Whatever.
Whatever.
So that's what he's doing. And then Koji's trying to stop him, right? And then he's going to have to remake the world the way he wants. There's a AI cyborg kind of human daughter girl that's Lisa, who's
she's supposed to be the interface for the giant mass.
Yeah, there's another story there behind her, and you find some more stuff out later, and it's a really good ending.
It's heartwarming.
Yeah, I don't know. I've kind of just rambled about this enough. What'd you like about it?
It's a cool ending to the series. Like if you're gonna get rid of like the whole Grendizer bit, the 100 and some episodes of Grendizer, you want to just finish the Koji Kubota, like things that are called Mazingers, like part of the show.
Yep.
It's a cool ending. I liked it.
Yeah, it was good.
It's got like, I don't know. It hits all the like nostalgia sweet spots, but it's like a new enough story.
And it doesn't overly nostalgia you.
No, like it really wasn't that bad. Sometimes it gets too deep where you're just like, yes, I get it. Those were my favorite characters when I was a kid, blah, blah, blah. But, they do
That's
enough
not what they
to
do
like,
here.
Plenty of Boss Borat. That's what I like the best
Oh,
about
hell
it.
yeah. Boss Borat's great.
Plus it had this standard trope of we have to like get the original Mazinger out of a fucking museum to like save the day.
Yeah.
And they have to like rebuild, fucking Boss Borat's old fucking shit robot.
So apparently they were also rebuilding Mazinger with those parts. So it wasn't just that.
Yeah.
It was both. But
Well, I mean, I'm sure it was like non-operable in a fucking museum. Otherwise, idiots would be stealing it.
But it's a legit good standalone movie. Like a lot of times these kind of nostalgia projects are just member berries. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
like,
it's just not even fun anymore.
And it's not something you can really watch if you don't. You could watch this cold. You could just come in out of the cold, know nothing about Mazinger Z, watch this, and it's good.
Like just like kind of quick explanations of like who everyone is, what they're doing. Yeah, like through other characters, like through characters' dialogue, basically. So it doesn't seem weird. It's just like
it's good. Is it mecha porn? No. Is it like, oh my god, I have to watch this now? No.
Nah, it's not like,
But
new Gundam stuff where it's like Jesus H. Christ.
to be fair, Mazinger Z was never my favorite super robot franchise.
No, it's
ever.
just like it's the original big one.
I love it, right? But it was never my favorite. One, I've always liked Great Mazinger in design better than Mazinger Z. Sorry. He's got blades and Thunderbreak. That's way cooler.
Just Thunderbreak alone.
Thunderbreak's pretty fucking boss.
And I think I've made it very clear that Grendizer was always my favorite. So.
Yes. So, I've always loved Great. And, for going to Guy Super Robot stuff, I'm always going to gravitate more to Get a Robo. Get a Robo is like, it's got the whole weird, like, evolution thing going on.
Oh, it's such a weird story.
It's more Lovecraftian.
It's
like,
got
I love that
Worth,
shit. But God, I will say, watching this, just to see all those super 70s style mecha designs,
and
all
it was
the
like
enemies.
They had all the villains of the week basically from the original series, like Garada, X7, and all that shit.
Every single one.
It was fantastic. So.
Just to see them updated, but like they still look so goofy, but so awesome. Like, it's great. It's fucking great. It is worth that alone. It is worth watching just for that alone.
It was
an hour and a half.
We
totally
basically only did it because I wanted to watch it again. So, but it was worth it.
Nah, we were on a Go to Guy kick, right? So it was
it was like perfect time to do it. No, it was fantastic.
Yeah, I don't have much more to say. The animation's great. Like, they actually cared about the project. There's a lot of cool stuff in it. It can stand on its own. If you also like Mazinger Z, you're probably also going to like this. It's a good movie in its own right. It's not going to blow your socks off, but it's fucking solid. And it should be watched. It should be, like, near the top of your list.
Above all things, it's fun.
Yeah, it's
and
fun.
Entertaining.
It's a good, yes. And it's got a good ending. It's not depressing. It's not horrible. Like, it's just good.
Yep.
So, yeah.
And with that, we bid you a fond adieu. Because it's that time. As usual, have a fantastic week. And catch y'all next time.
Peace. Well, that's all for today, everyone. We'd like to thank all of you for tuning into another episode of the Gaijin Animation Appreciation Hour. Please remember to like and subscribe, and may your entertainment be always, well, entertaining.